Yo, what's going on, guys? Thor here, back with another video, and in this video, as you can see, we've got a guest. We've got Leo back in the video. Appreciate you for being back in the video. You guys know Leo, he's been here before. Now in this video we are going to be talking about how influencers and businesses specifically can make juicy amounts of income. Leo's been working with some crazy people lately. You worked with an influencer business and they did something like 200K or something a month.
Yeah, so recently we actually made like 200, well, initially they started with $5,000 a month in residual income on Instagram, and we implemented some strategies and they were able to scale up to $220,000 per month.
Insane. So that's the kind of people he's been working with. He's got crazy results for his students and clients, and in this video we're going to be diving into that, looking at some specific strategies that you guys can implement right away. So yeah, before we do that, Leo, give them a quick introduction of who you are for those of you guys who don't know who he is, and we'll be diving into it.
Sure. So I've known my boy Thor for about 3 years now. We've been doing a lot with Instagram, and you know, it's been about 8 months since I've last seen him actually, and he decided to come down for my birthday, and we're here in beautiful Ibiza enjoying the amazing weather, which is why we're shirtless.
It's hot as hell.
It's very hot. It's very hot.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we decided to, you know, meet up and share our new ideas and experiences based on what's been going on in the algorithm lately, and sharing what we've been doing for clients and stuff. So we were like, you know what, let's make a video, let's drop a banger, let's give you guys some insane advice so we can point you in the right direction. So you know what, now we're here, we've joined forces, and yeah, ready to, you know, give you guys tons and tons of value.
Okay, so we're gonna be diving into it. Tell me about this client. You worked with this client who did 250K or something for them in a month. You took them from $5,000 a month up to 200 or something K. Yeah. So tell me about that client. What kind of page was it, and elaborate a little bit.
Yeah, so it was a page in the luxury niche. So they had about 800K followers before we started working with them, and they were making about $5,000 a month from selling shout-outs, right? And what we figured was, you know, having such a large amount of followers, you need to be able to make much more money, you know? And what I noticed was I started to see articles. Like, I remember I saw one article of this influencer. She launched a product of her t-shirt, and she didn't even sell 26 t-shirts to to her audience of 1 million followers. And that made me think, wow, a lot of people have followers, but they don't really know how to make money from these followers. So I started to dive really deep into all of this and learn more about how you can actually make money from these followers, because at the end of the day, they're real people, right? And that's the most important thing that we need to keep in mind. So with that being said, you know, I started to apply some strategies. I started to dive deeper into brand building and all of that stuff. And this was a little case study that we made. And, you know, we started to apply a bunch of strategies, and from that, we were able to generate $220,000 in the first month launching a product for this page.
Amazing, guys. That's insane. So we want to get into the specifics. I know you guys want specific data that you can implement. So let's go to step number one. What was step number one about this process? What did you guys do? What did you do to set the frame right? Because obviously, to make money, you got to set the frame right. You got to get to know and connect with your audience. So what did you do for these people specifically to allow them to sell for $220,000 in products?
Yeah. So number one step that I kept in mind was that you need to really build rapport with your audience. Okay, so everyone nowadays, they think about, oh, how can I get 100K followers? How can I get 1 million followers? How can I get 10 million followers? Yeah, at the end of the day, the most important thing is to acknowledge the fact that they're real people and think about how you can build a true connection with those people, right? I personally feel like it's better to have 10,000 loyal people that truly love you and care about you than 100,000 people that don't give a shit about you and never have heard of you before.
Yeah.
So the number one thing to keep in mind is that, very important thing to do when you're building your brand is to do daily stories, right? So when you're doing daily stories, you're actually building some comfortability with your audience, okay? So let's think about like this. For example, celebrities like Kim Kardashian, right? They will always get insane amounts of engagement, and the main reason for that is because her audience truly knows her, and truly, like, she's been
got
seen.
a connection with her.
Yeah, real connection with her, and the reason for that is because she's been on so many reality TV shows to the point where people think, wow, I know Kim Kardashian, like she's my best friend.
Yeah.
You know, so you want to create that celebrity effect. You want to do stories. You want to really put yourself out there and try and build some connection with your audience, right? So this is very important when you eventually launch a product, so that you can do a story swipe up and you can say, hey guys, I'm actually doing a launch here, and I'm actually going to be able to help you do so and so and so, right? And then what you can do is just swipe up here, and then yeah,
that's the game.
Exactly.
Okay, so
I want to touch on one more thing on the stories.
Yeah.
So like before you do that, you want to like make sure that you're doing polls as well. So like for example, you want to say, are you interested in learning how to cook dishes from 5-star or 7-star resorts or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then you pre-frame them with that, and then you'll see how many people click yes, how many people click no, and then next you say like, okay, if you're interested in that, you know, check out this link that I'm about to show you here.
Yeah, and then you've kind of made it so that they're actually making the decision themselves.
Yes.
And that's really powerful. When
interactive.
Yes, it's interactive, and when your audience feels like they are the ones that actually make the decision, they're gonna be they're just so more into it, if that makes sense. They're just so more into it. So yeah, really good point. Okay, so let's dive into, now you got a connection with your audience. They know you, they trust you, they like you. Obviously guys, this takes time, effort, you gotta do it over time consistently. But what is step number 2? What did you guys do for these guys that make 220K, and what in general is step number 2 to making money?
Right, so step number 2 is about storytelling, okay? So the reason why I say storytelling is because a true way of building rapport with your audience is by guessing with their emotions, right? If you can get someone emotionally invested into yourself or your brand, then you won't ever have a problem with achieving sales on Instagram. So when I say storytelling, you want to talk about a story that may have happened to you, or a story that may have happened to a friend that has resulted in you achieving your dream lifestyle, right? So let's say you're a travel influencer. You might want to say a story like, a year ago I was in college and I was doing this, and now I'm able to travel the world, and this happened and this happened and this happened and this happened. And if you think about it from the perspective of someone who's reading that, they're thinking, wow, like I'm actually in college right now, and this guy's actually living the life of his dreams, and you know, I wish I could do that as well. And you know, you're really getting them emotionally invested to the point where they're like, if he can do it, why can't I do it?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So storytelling is really key. You can do this from captions in your like photo comments. You can also do this on the story itself. You can also do this with story highlights. So another cool trick that I like to do is in the story highlights, I say like, who am I? Right? So for every person that goes onto the page, they'll see your story highlight, and then you can say, oh, this is my story, this is what I do, this is how I managed to achieve the lifestyle that I'm living right now, essentially.
Yeah. And then instantly when people follow you, then you've got a connection with them. They get to know who you are, and they get invested in your content. Okay, so step number 3. So now you've built that connection with your audience. They trust you, they like you, they know who you are, they know what you're about, they know what value you provide. Now, next thing we need to do is we need to find a product or create a product. So what's the process for that? How would you go about that?
Yeah, definitely. So step number 1 is actually understanding who your audience is. So the best way of doing this is actually being on a business profile, right? So if you're on a business profile, you can actually see your audience analytics. You can see where they're from, their age, all of this kind of stuff, right? And another way that you can do this by really going in depth is by screening your active audience. So you can screen your active audience by doing a story post. So maybe you can say like, are you over 18 years old? And then say yes or no, and let them like click exactly what they are. And then you can say another question to screen your audience and go further and further. So these questions have to be very specific based on what you want to find out. And then once you've figured that out, then you can try to understand what kind of product resonates best with this kind of audience. So I can give you a really nice example here. So for example, there's this, there are some models out there who, you know, they post pictures of their arse and they do all kinds of stuff like that. And, you know, they launch products like how to build up your physique, like how to grow your arse bigger, all that kind of stuff, right? But then they don't realize that 90% of their audience are like, basically men, right? So, and so for that reason, they don't make any sales. So the number one important thing is to think, okay, so I've got all these guys that are following me. What kind of product can I build that resonates best with this audience that I have now? Okay, so think about that for your specific niche, think about that for your specific account, and then just acknowledge the fact that you need to create a product that resonates best with them.
And then when you have this product, something that is really smart to do is just post this product on your story and post it together with another product and have them vote. Which product would you rather prefer? left or right, top or bottom, and then now you're making them subconsciously choose your product because you want to make the product that you're putting out there a bit more sexier, a bit more good looking, so that it's kind of obvious which product looks better. But you also do want to do this to gather data. So you want to do it to figure out if they actually want and are interested in this product. And you might want to do something to completely different products as well. For example, maybe a travel backpack or a travel tent if you're in the travel niche. And then you will know what they are interested in buying because they're actually voting what they would rather spend their money on.
Yeah. Use the tools that Instagram provide for you. That's pretty much a summary of step 3.
And then the final step we're going to be looking at is step number 4. So Leo, what is step number 4? What is the final thing that we do when it comes to making money?
Yes, so step number 4 is about launch day, essentially, right? So as soon as you launch the product, you want to build up as much scarcity as possible, okay? So you want to say, hey guys, I'm going to have this product up for 24 hours. You have 24 hours to purchase this product, and then I'm going to take it down and it's not coming up for another week, something like that, right? So we did exactly this same strategy for a client of ours. She only had 30k followers, right? And about 20k of those followers were dead. This was like way before we started working with her. So about 10,000 followers from her audience. Basically, she did a product launch. She said, hey, I'm doing this flash sale. It's going to be up for like 24 hours. If you're interested, buy in. If not, then you can see me in like a month or whatever, right? So really building that scarcity and saying, look, like this isn't going to be the same price ever again, or this isn't going to be up for a long period of time is really powerful. And believe it or not, from just 10,000 followers, she made $8,000 in 24 hours. Wow. Which is crazy, right?
That is mad. That's mad.
So like literally just like I've had so many different clients who've just been testing this out like several times, and just building scarcity, building rapport, doing all of these things, without a doubt you'll be able to make money with your Instagram account. So yeah, those are all the steps.
So that is pretty much all the steps. Thank you, man, for coming on and sharing that value. I really appreciated that. It's been amazing to connect with you again. We've been like, it's been 8 months since I saw this guy, and we've now been spending the past 10 days or the past 2 weeks together here in Ibiza. It's been amazing. And we've got one final thing that we want to touch on. It's something that both me and Leo have been putting a lot of time and effort into working on. We've been creating some crazy results for the people that we have been working with. So just let them know what that is all about.
Definitely, yeah. So essentially me and Thor, we've been working behind the scenes on something insane, just like you said. And we're actually looking for 5 of our dream team, basically. 5 absolute legends who've been crushing it on Instagram and are truly looking to make insane amounts of money with their account. So we want 5 people. We want to make testimonials out of the accounts. So many of our past clients have done hundreds of thousands of dollars or $200,000 every single month, every single year. And we're actually looking for people who have a very specific, so we don't want to work with everyone, right? We want to make sure that you actually fit the criteria. So someone who's been doing Instagram for a long period of time, you must be getting at least 10,000 likes per picture. You must ideally have at least 100k followers. You must also have an audience that's primarily tier 1 based, so any like US, UK, Canada, so people that are more likely to buy or buy products essentially. So we have a number of different things. Just make sure that you follow that criteria. We're going to put a link down in the description below. And if this is something that resonates with you, it may not, but if it does, then just feel free and we'll
drop a link down below. You can click that and then you'll schedule a call with us, and we'll be telling you more about it. But it's basically, we're basically helping you monetize your account, and when you make money, we make money. We don't make money unless you make money. That's the beauty of this. It's a win-win situation. And so we want to work with people who have a solid amount of followers. They've got a quality engaged audience that are actually in tier 1 countries, and you've got a good connection with them, you've got a good brand, you've got a good community on your Instagram account. That's really, really important. So if this is you, if this speaks to you, if you feel like we hit you with this message, then click that link below and jump on the call with us. Again, if you don't win, we don't win. So if you don't make money, we don't make money. So that's the beauty of this. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you smash that like button. Again, man, appreciate you being on here. It's been a blessing meeting up with you again. And we'll see you guys around.
Peace.
Peace.